If you're in Osceola Mills and you run across this garage, you may not realize that if you go through that door, you're going to go back into the history of Pennsylvania auto racing.
Every little town sort of had a racetrack at one time. Like right here, the local track here was the Houtzdale Speedway just up the road here 5 miles. I think there's been 4 different Clearfield Speedways. I think I've raced on 4 different ones over the years. And of course there was Port Royal, DuBois Speedway, St. Mary's Speedway, Evansburg Speedway, Jennerstown Speedway, Bedford Speedway, Snowshoe Speedway.
And that's all that Bud Garvey could remember. On any given Saturday, you can find many of the cars that race those tracks and several of their drivers here at their favorite place.
You're not going to see the greatest race cars that ever raced, you know, at Indianapolis or any place like that, but you're going to see down-home racing here, you know, really. What raced in this area, a lot of the drivers came here that drove these cars, and we've got stories to tell about the races.
And stories you will get.
This car come originally from California, Don Edmonds Race Shop, and it was built in '74. I had my brother hauled lettuce and produce out of there, and he brought it in the back a load of lettuce.
Whatever it takes. Lorraine and Bill McCAHAN have been racing around together for some time. Bill as Wild Bill, and Lorraine?
Well, I drove this car 52 years ago. And the guys went together in here and they got me a trophy because I won the first powder puff race at Evansburg for Penn Western Speedway.
No, we never raced together. See, I wouldn't race with her.
I just turned 19, and you go out on the racetrack, and to us, we were kids then. You skidded around there, and if you hit somebody, you just yelled and thought that was great.
In addition to all of the cars, they have quite a collection of photographs here. And as you can see, photo albums are big here.
This car right here was a '51 Ford pickup truck when it was new. And the fellow was a pretty good body man. He took some parts and spliced onto this thing, and he made a coupe out of that, really. And this car here was the Donnie Kimberling car. Prior to the sprint car there. It originally had the 427 Ford high-riser engine in it. One of the first ones around that had the high-riser engine years ago. Yep, it was a real good car. I raced against that many a time.
For over 15 years, Bud has been restoring these cars and keeping them drivable. But he says a few things have changed over the years.
When I started racing back years ago, we used to just go to the junkyard up the road up here, the local guy up here. We'd get all of our parts. Maybe if we had $125 in a race car, that was a lot of money.
Now I'm beginning to understand what all the fascination is with the cars and the racing and everything. Now all I need is the keys.
A copy of the program you've just seen can be purchased through Penn State Media Sales at mediasales.psu.edu or by calling 800-770-2111.